Well, if you watched my last video, you know that I've gone through a little bit of a rough patch here in the fish room with a total die-off of one tank. I'll include the link to that video up here somewhere. You can watch it if you haven't already. And I want to do two things. One is I want to thank all of you who jumped into the comments of that video with your support and with your ideas about what you think might have gone wrong. All of that was very helpful. I appreciate it. The backup of this community is amazing. And next, I want to go ahead and show you what's going on with the tanks. The fish room, apart from that setback, is actually doing really well, and I'll go ahead and share that with you now. We'll do a little quick walkthrough of what's happening in here. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's start with this 29-gallon aquarium. Gave it a good cleaning. I cleaned the decor, the sponge filters, and I've added some activated carbon that's in a pouch inside of that Expertmatic filter, internal filter. So this aquarium is getting a very good cleaning. It's being tested with the pleco that seems to have found a spot that he really loves. You can see him wedged in there, but he's been alive for the last few days, so I'm assuming this aquarium is suitable for maintaining life, but I'm not going to throw a lot of fish in there probably until another week or two, and I'm convinced by the condition of the pleco that it can support life. I'm starting to think that it was a heater malfunction that might have killed off the fish, and maybe a short circuit of some kind. It's been running without a heater because of the temperatures we're having here in Nashville. It's staying in the low 70s. So it's okay without a heater on right now. Eventually I will plug this unit back in, but I would watch it very carefully, make sure it wasn't this heater that was actually malfunctioning. Right next to it I have this little bowfront acrylic. It has a little baby fish in it. He's probably, oh, there he is right in the front. Not sure if you can make him out. He's just so teeny, very cute, and pretty rugged as far as little fish go. I've transferred him over to this aquarium. Didn't seem to have any bad effects. He was listing and sort of swimming at an odd angle a couple days ago, but he's bounced back and he's back to himself. He eats well. We think he might be a rainbow, but seems to be doing okay. Over here we have the 20-gallon rimless, another tank from my friends at Glass Cages. This aquarium is actually going to be torn down, but for right now it's okay. It's got a couple cories in there, platy, some hornwort, but these two tanks are going to be removed to make space for a 60-gallon acrylic, and I'm going to put that 60-gallon acrylic right here in this space after creating a little bit of stability or reinforcement underneath it so that this shelving doesn't collapse under the weight of the aquarium. But this tank will be getting probably torn down unless I can figure out a place to put it in the fish room. Here's the my red tear. He's doing great. This is not an ideal situation for him. He does have a lot of oxygen, good water quality, but it's a very small tank for a fish this size. I put him in the 210. It just created too much havoc, so I had to bring him back here and put him in this tank temporarily because the 55 that he was in broke that top brace. So what'll happen is I'll probably use that 60-gallon acrylic for a quarantine tank for some African cichlids that I'm getting, and then after I pull them out, I'll put him in that 60-gallon, and then pick up a female that Whip, my friend Whip, who gave me this fish, has picked up for me, and then maybe we can start a little breeding project with him. 90-gallon rimless is thriving. You've got some Congo tetras back there that are putting on some nice size. If you can make them out there in the back of the aquarium. Here's an Ochart, just a standard Hecali. And then of course I've got the albino version, 5 albinos, which are starting to put on some nice spots in the fins. They're getting a little bit of color and spots in the anal, dorsal, and tail. Really pretty fish. And they were actually going after each other a little bit with a little bit of lip locking, but that seems to have calmed down. I think they've established a pecking order, and so they're getting along now, at least temporarily, right? The electric blue Ochara is a lot happier since I took out the more aggressive Ochara and put him in the 210 gallon. As is the red spotted gold Severum. Since I took out that red shoulder Severum who was picking on him a lot, he's a lot happier. Very nice fish. Really love the Severums. Of course, I love all the fish in this tank. This electric blue Ochara is beautiful. The blue Congos I picked up from the channel sponsor Cunningham Tropicals. Very nice looking fish. I recently added a temple plant. They called it a temple plant that I picked up from the Aquatic Critter. You can see it right here. And it is really thriving in this aquarium. I love the broad leaves on it, right? The foliage. And it seems to really take, there was no melt back. There was no signs of distress on that plant after I added it to the aquarium. So it's doing very well. Really like that plant a lot. I want to pick up some more of them, maybe fill in some of the spots on the left side of the aquarium. Maybe put another one back there in the corner. And you can see I've got some crypts in here and some hornwort. There's some anubias. Look at that anubias, like a bloom. It's like a bouquet of anubias. I'm also using those easy planters from my friends over at the Aquarium Co-op. But you can see the fish, the neon blue rainbows. They're doing well. We've got some lemons in here, lemon tetras. Got some rumminos who like to swim a little lower in the aquarium. There's some neons hiding around in here somewhere, some rasboras. Neons like to stay low by the plants. See them down here. Little cherry barb hiding back there. Got some beautiful pagoda snails. This is Big Mama. I think this is Big Mama. The one that started it all. I've got like about 20, 30 pagoda snails now, but they all came from one pagoda snail that I brought home. Pretty amazing, actually. Several of them that are putting on good size, and they develop really nice patterns. Very pretty snail. That's the 55 gallon planted. The 210 is thriving. The electric blue Ochara, the more aggressive one from the 90, seems to be doing well. You don't see any fin damage on him, so no one's picking on him. Albino Oscar. The Oscars are camera hogs. Sometimes the Vieja is too. There's the Salvini. She's doing great. Silver dollar ditherfish are all doing their thing, trying to breed actually. They keep pairing up and doing their little breeding dance. They must like it in here. Remember I brought over those Geos. They seem to be doing okay. There's a green tear and the firemouth. Firemouth is very territorial, likes to guard and chase off anyone that comes in that middle area, except some fish he doesn't pick on. Looks like the green tear hit his head on something. Sometimes they get startled and they bang into the wood. But some of you said that the Geos would have a hard time in this tank because of the river rock. But I pointed out to you that there was sand, and you can see they have found the sand and they are bringing the sand to the surface. So I'm seeing them sift around like they would normally. They just dig a little deeper, work a little harder, but they do get that sand out of there. There's that red shoulder. This is the red shoulder that was picking on the red spotted gold Severum. It was keeping him in a state of high stress, but I've moved him here. He's doing okay. Again, no fin damage, no marks on the side of the body that would indicate that he's being picked on. So stripes are much more prominent in this aquarium. I don't know if it's the lighting, the background, the decor, the tank mates, probably a combination of all of that. But it looks very different in this tank than he did in the 90 gallon. Look at that Nicaragua. She's a beautiful fish, isn't she? Really like that fish. Big Tiger Oscar. Got some chocolates that usually like to hang out in the back. I think chocolates are crazy looking fish. They change colors all the time. But this tank is doing great. There's the Jack Dempsey, she's pretty shy, hanging out there in the driftwood. For those of you that don't know, this is a giant piece of driftwood that I had to cut down. It was too big. I found it at a local lake, cleaned it up outside over several months, let it sit in the sun, sanded it down, and it's been part of this aquarium ever since. Love that firemouth. Love the green eyes on him. Yeah, see, he's very territorial. He really protects that little area around this middle rock. I'm not sure what he would do if I got rid of that rock. He'd probably be very confused for a while. Here's a 300-gallon African Cichlid tank. I removed the plants on the left side of the aquarium to clean them, and I really don't mind this open swim space. It's kind of cool. They're probably going to follow me around because they're hungry. Just this open area here. Not a lot of chasing going on, so I don't feel like I need to provide them with a break in line of sight or anything like that. Fusco, trout, rhodesiae yellow, Buccochromis rhodesiae yellow, Buccochromis spectabilis. That's a beautiful turquoise. My little runt Venusis, who doesn't seem to be growing much, but he's a good fish. There's the hawk back there. Great looking fish. Very unusual. Has a little pencil mustache. Coingi. Well, there you have it. Hope you enjoyed that. Any comments, tips, ideas, go ahead and share them below. I appreciate them and I read them. I think every fish keeper at some point is going to have to overcome something. Is going to have some type of a setback, minor or major, and that really sort of sets apart the veterans, the long-term fish keepers in the hobby. Almost all of them have had something that blindsided them. They got back on the horse. They stayed in the game, and I admire all of you because I know it isn't easy, and it's particularly hard for someone like myself, who not only has to suffer a setback, but then also put it out there and share it with you in the hope that I'll get some input from you, but also in the hope that it becomes something we can all learn from, right? We all learn from each other on this channel. That's one of the mottos. At any rate, thank you so much for tuning in. You are appreciated. And tune in on Saturdays for the Cichlids and Coffee live stream every Saturday at 11 a.m. Central. A great group of fish keepers get together for about an hour. We talk about everything from filters to food to fish. And if you'd like to support the channel, consider becoming a Patreon monthly supporter. And it starts for as little as $3 a month. And it does help in more ways than you know. So thank you so much, my friends. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.